Wednesday chat club, Wednesday chat club. How's everyone doing? I've been running around. Ooh, got something on my eye. Been running around. It's been a crazy morning. I am getting better with my timekeeping. I'm very excited because I've got Lavina Mehta, MBE, in the house today. We're going to be talking all things wellness and health and menopause and diabetes and just being strong. Hi, Nicola. How everyone? I've literally rushed. I've already got eyebrows on for manners. And then I thought I'd do some makeup. We can have some chats. Hi, Lavina. You're here. Hi, Sam. Hi, Camille. How are you? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm so excited. I'm feeling very matchy-matchy. I've got a kind of blue and a teal number and soft pink. My daughters call this softy aesthetic, which makes no sense to me, but it's all about aesthetic. And this is apparently softy, which is very interesting. Hi, Rosita. Hi, Jess. Oh, let me see. Are you on? Accept. Lavina in the house. Lavina in the house. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hi, Janji99. Hi. Yay!
Woo! We
How are
made it.
you?
I'm great. How are you, gorgeous?
So lovely to see you. So excited! I'm so excited to talk to you. And so, just get it. We met in the House of Parliament, as you do.
That's as you do.
Yes, exactly. and we were both there with menopause matters, and just, you know, we're very passionate about the same things, and it's so lovely to be able to come and chat to you. So just tell everyone a little bit about yourself and all the incredible things you've been doing.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Hi, everyone watching. I'm actually matching your hairband, the softy effect. Pathetically done it together. So in case anyone doesn't know me, I'm Lavina. Most importantly, a mum of 3. I'm 44 years old.
Also, like me?
Yeah, lots of boys in my house, including the little puppy now as well. I'm a personal trainer only for the last 4 years, and before that I had a completely different career in IT project management. Gave it all up after my 3rd son and started my own fitness journey. Never thought I would be a personal trainer actually training clients, which I did for about 1.5 years before the pandemic. And then I just started providing free workouts twice a day through the pandemic for all ages, with my exercise snacking, which I'm sure we'll talk about, and obviously also helping the elderly. So I've had up to the age of 100 now in my free chair workouts, which I do with my amazing mother-in-law and sometimes my mum. And yeah, I am all about feeling good, not just how we look. I say exercise for sanity, not vanity. And as you hit on it, we met, you know, with a menopause mandate, and I am raising awareness because I am literally going through perimenopause as we speak. So trying to raise awareness and just share my journey, just so that we all normalize the conversation.
I love that. So, I mean, I am always so blown away by people who change their lives dramatically and just go, I'm going that way. And it takes a certain mindset and someone who's incredibly brave and just go-getter. And especially, I think motherhood does do that. You just go, I can't do this shit. I need to just change it up. Is that what happened?
Yeah, you know what, I just feel like, you know how they sometimes do call this a second spring.
Yes.
I'm into fitness, really, and my message is that it's never too late. Like, I know the incredible benefits exercise, just movement, has given me, just when I face, you know, some of those hard times in life, like those experiences where we don't always share everything on social media, and I try and keep it very real on my page. But yeah, I guess I was very brave because I hadn't even done an Instagram live, and I just thought, you know, pre all the fitness content, I just thought one day I want to just get everyone on, and we just went out, my husband and son and me, in the garden, and we just started having some fun. And there was a lot of anxiety and worries about, you know, the pandemic. It was so early on that people didn't know what was going on, and the gyms were shutting. So I was like, we've got to keep people moving and just keep people's moods lifted. But yeah, it's a completely different career path. Like I was saying, I never ever thought I would be in this space, but I have definitely found my passion. And for any women out there that may relate, you know, whether you've had kids or whether you've come out and changed careers or you're just not feeling that oomph, I would definitely say, you know, go sometimes with your gut and just go for it, because you never know where it's going to lead you, right?
That's incredible. Jan June 99 said, this woman is not 44. I know. You look at, you look about 26, 27. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look a good 20 years. And do you find, like, fitness and, like, what do you do on the daily? And what can people do? Because it is about little and often. Like, I gave myself type 2 diabetes. Food was my go-to for comfort. I still struggle with it. And, you know, I'm starting Pilates, I do ballet, I do hip hop dancing, I do all these different things. But, you know, it's when the stress hits, it's so easy to just, sugar is my comfort. What can you help? What can you suggest? What can you help? To, you know, instead of a cup of tea and a biscuit, what can you do?
So rather than the biscuit snack, I'm going to introduce you to exercise snacks. No, I know, Ateh, you also we'll talk about self-care snacks as well. I'm a big believer in everything bite-sized, small amounts, building up to hit the government guidelines. You touched on diabetes, which I'm sure we'll touch on a bit more, but I am an ambassador for the charity because I am surrounded by diabetes. You know, it's rife in all of my maternal side of my family. I lost my grandfather from it. And things that you can't see, like these chronic illnesses that can be reversed. Type 2 and pre-diabetes can be reversed through healthy lifestyles. So to make it very easy, you know, like you said, you do lots of different things. And that is the main thing to me, is that you find something that you enjoy. Start off very small. I'm talking, you know, 5 minutes. You'll probably see every day, if anyone follows my Instagram stories, I just go out, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, a walk. Obviously, I've got my dog now, but rain or shine, and just being in nature. I saw you forest bathing as well. I'm a massive...
It was so good. It's what I needed. I had such a stressful day, and then I just took it to the woods, and I just automatically felt better.
It does. And what people don't realize, you know, there's so much science behind being exposed to greenery and the fractals. They're actually geometric shapes that are in trees and plants and, you know, by streams, by water, by nature. Ideally, you know, get some greenery, but even if you can't, a walk around the block when you're stressed, when you're anxious, when you want to reach for that little biscuit, it's just going to distract you, and you're going to release feel-good endorphins through any type of exercise or movement. And that is, you know, the thing that gets me motivated is this feeling afterwards. I've just done some boxing.
I love boxing. I love boxing.
So I literally hardly ever sweat. I love lifting weights myself. So I would definitely recommend anyone watching, whether you're young or old. Like I said in my free workouts, you know, I've got them using tins and plastic bottles, but weight lifting, just starting with your body weight, is so important. So strength training is key in any fitness program. I would say try and do at least twice a week. So we're talking about, you know, the benefits for our muscle mass, to reduce things like osteoporosis, to help control those blood sugar levels when you've got diabetes, or if you're feeling that sort of, you know, like that's the dips and dives of sugar rushes or insulin levels. Strength training is also a massive antidepressant. So you will literally feel so good afterwards, and you don't have to do anything crazy. I'm just saying build up strength gradually. But yeah, I would say strength training, and then any form of cardio that you enjoy, like you said, you know, like it could be boxing, it could be going for some of this hip hop. I'm going to come to one of these hip hop classes.
Yes, SOS School of Dance. It is amazing. So I've got Sophie, she's an incredible teacher. Bonnie started the whole thing, and I've been dancing with them since, I think, 2013, 2014, and I really do think I manifested. I said to my friend, Rav, I said, Rav, I just want to dance like Britney and Beyonce. It's just so hard to find. And she goes, I've got something for you. And it's literally learning all the real routines and everything. So again, it's about being joyful and not, I think we're so programmed, especially of a certain age, that, like you said, fitness was for to be cute or to be a certain size or to be self-punishing, and not about mental health or being strong. And I think we need to switch that conversation around? Were you brought up like that? It was about, you know, to be a certain, to look a certain way to fit in. Did you ever have that pressure?
Oh my gosh, totally. I mean, the whole thing is that, you know, you grow up, and now especially, I've only got boys, I haven't got any girls, but you know, the world, social media, there's always this pressure to look a certain way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be real, you know, like we have that weight gain when you hit your 40s. I struggle with it myself around my stomach area. I don't exercise for how I look. Like, I know obviously once you start looking good, you feel good as well. It's just a bit of confidence and self-esteem. But for me, it goes beyond that. It is this mood lift. You know, I'm still buzzing off the endorphins of having a little bit of a box this morning, and the stress relieving aspect. And also, like I'm saying, the science behind it. So things like Alzheimer's, which is another charity I support because my grandmother had dementia and Alzheimer's. It starts in your mid-30s and 40s. And, you know, with the whole Menopause Awareness Month, and now women actually thinking about long-term health and how, you know, this can all affect our brain health, our heart health, and our bone health. Exercise and lifestyle changes play a massive role for me. So it's gone beyond how I look. You know, I just feel better and I feel strong.
It's about strength and mental health. You know what's so interesting with dementia? They say dancing is really good and boxing because coordination. And they, you know, there's like an old saying, a dancer's memory, because dancers have incredibly memories because they're firing off neural pathways because they have so much coordinated dance to remember. So that's really good for that, right?
Oh my God, it's so good for that. And you'll see every workout I do, you know, Fridays, 10 o'clock, join in, people sitting behind their desks, sitting on Zooms all day, you know, like 6 to 8 hours. People are generally sedentary, and that's getting worse with, you know, people not going into the office and hybrid working. So you're not getting your steps in the commute, and we're not just getting up as much as we used to. So exactly that. Every week I say we are keeping our brains fit, and whether it's just simple movements, you know, like even if it's just doing some wrist rolls and some ankle rolls or some leg extensions, you're trying to send those neurons down to your muscles, those neural pathways that you touched on. I mean, dancing is fabulous, and we even do boxing. You know, I've got people in their 70s, 80s, 90s boxing from their sofa, from their chair, wherever you are. You can still have these little snack size, you know, I say little treats for yourself. But yeah, it is hard, right? I'm also, my mum is a chef, so I am a massive foodie.
But you grew up with good food.
Probably see her book is somewhere there. Feel Good with Food is literally my mum's last book that we self-published, and I was typing away when I was heavily pregnant like 14 years ago. But yeah, food to me is life as well, and I am not about restriction. I think that's where people, you know, that may follow me, and I do post when I'm eating pizzas and pastas, and I believe in balance, but I also believe in obviously trying to eat healthy, colorful plates, the more home cooked that we can, the less processed. But I am a big foodie, so I will never go to a restaurant and restrict myself, because, you know, I think it's important to keep that balance. And I try and, like, you know, just have a little bit of everything. I may not have the whole pizza, but I'll have a couple of slices, and I won't restrict myself, because I think that restriction then is what gets people, you know, into that whole binge yo-yo diets and all of that. They just don't work.
It's not sustainable, and it's also just not sustainable. I can completely agree. Hannah's saying, what is a good food alternative to chocolate? Hannah, I'm in there with you. You know what it is? It's a cheap hit. Sugar gives you a cheap dopamine rush, and it's the same. The things that light up in the brain is the same as when you take drugs. Like I've doing so much research on sugar, and it's like cocaine and all these things light up the same parts of your brain when you eat chocolate and sugar. That is what you're chasing, endorphin rush. But what can you do as an alternative, as well as exercise? Is there any food you can do, or anything healthier?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think things like, you know, dark chocolate, I do believe is brilliant. A square, I would say, rather than the whole bar. But if you can get used to having, and I love, you know, like super high, sort of 80%, I'm talking dark chocolate, but I built that over time. A little square of dark chocolate every night is fine. Dates are high in sugar, but if you have one date and maybe put in some nut butter, you can even put it in the fridge and just make a whole little tray of them. They're good. I have these feel good protein balls, which don't sound very appealing, but because they basically just have almonds, dates, and nut butter, and a little bit of coconut oil, and cacao, you know, like that really rich chocolatey cacao that's actually full of flavonoids, and it's actually pretty good for you. It's having those sort of handy snacks ready. Obviously nuts, fruit, generally any sort of like, I sometimes have those chocolate rice cakes, or I put a rice cake with banana that someone's mentioned and a bit of nut butter. I mean, there's a whole list of sort of my go-to snacks. And because I'm a busy mum, juggling work and family and the home and life, right? We're all just so busy. It's finding things that you enjoy that will give you hopefully a bit of that fix and that dopamine hit. And then just keeping them ready, you know, keep them by your desk. So I've got like almonds in the car. So even though I'm tempted to just reach out for a chocolate or something, I'll just grab what's next to me for convenience. So
yeah, that's so helpful. And also, like you said, prep, get ahead of it so you don't make bad choices, because I think that's what happens. If you're hungry and you're feeling triggered in some way, you're going to reach for bad choices. But if you've got lovely options there already, that really helps.
yeah, and I think also, you know, protein is so important in our diets. Like I'm vegetarian, and you know, when I train in the gym, you'll see I'm like lifting really heavy weights for my size. I'm pretty petite, but that's what I enjoy. And you know, I have men coming up to me asking me what I eat, and I'm vegetarian, so I don't have as many accessible, easy ways to get a lot of protein in my diet. But protein is key because it's going to keep you satiated for longer. So the more protein you can add into each meal, whether it's, you know, if you eat meat, it's different. But for me, it's things like soya, it's things like beans, it's dals. You know, a lot of the Indian cuisine has is quite high in protein. Find a bit of protein that you can put in each meal, so it's going to keep you satiated for that little bit longer and hopefully stop you from having that sort of binge. And even water, you know, water is so underrated, and hydration is so important, not just for all of our organs, our muscles and everything, but keeping us full, a bit satiated, and also for our skin health, right? I mean, you're the expert there, but we need water. So don't forget to have lots of water during the day.
It's, like you say, it's so underrated. Just hydration, a little bit more hydration for your hair, your internally, drinking, your face. MJ, a lovely makeup artist friend, is in the house, and she's saying yes, she's a vegan, and she's also pregnant. So sending you so much love, and since she's saying hello. There's one other thing. Did someone else? Yes, Jan G99 was like, what is your skincare regime? Because your skin is flawless. So and I agree.
Oh my God. I mean, I could talk about this for days. You know what? I actually have now, because I'm, you know, part of the menopause mandate, and I'm really sort of looking back on how I've suppressed so many symptoms for so many years. I think my perimenopause may have started in my late 30s. I'm now quoting 40, but I had terrible rosacea and acne. I mean, to the point where it just flared up out of nowhere. I used to have quite bad acne as a teenager. I'm still very conscious, so thank you so much, whoever said that.
Yeah, Sanji 99.
I mean, I'll take that as the biggest compliment, because I have never had skin confidence up until, I'd say, the last year, where I did in a online skin doctor through the pandemic. I was so busy with, you know, doing my lives and doing a lot of community and charity work, and I was just on the go the whole way through, that I actually found someone online randomly, you know, where you say manifestation, and I thought,
yeah,
I'm just going to invest in myself. I'm just going to stop and I'm going to try this out. And I'd been trying so many different things over the years, but my rosacea was so bad that I literally had red spots, painful spots on my nose. And you can imagine what that does for your confidence. You know, like
Yeah.
I would never be able to go out without makeup, which now I am like on Instagram saying no makeup, like putting it on stories. I don't use any filters. My skin has improved drastically from the medical grade skincare that she's done, tailor-made for me, and she's been a savior. There's lots of lives on my page about my skin journey in case anyone's interested. And I think, yeah, I actually, looking back, I think a lot of it may have been to do with perimenopause, because they do say you can have, you know, a lot of skin changes.
Yeah.
I'm now on a very strict, I'm literally following it morning and evening. It's actually cost effective for me because I had been trying so many different things for the flare ups. And I had lost confidence in my skin, to be honest. And now, I mean, it's lovely to hear these beautiful comments. So,
Oh, so are there any products in particular you can mention, or is it something through a derm, or like what are you using?
yeah, so I'm using, she's actually just changed my skincare because I've gone on HRT. So she's that good because obviously that, my hormones and the fluctuation, hopefully trying to get some balance. And menopause does change your skin as well. So she's very good at tailor making it. There are some products that I am using. I didn't get a chance to bring them with me here because I've escaped from the builders in my house and come into this room. But I can definitely put a little story on my Instagram of like what I'm using. But it is medical grade skincare that's obviously she's tailored to my needs, and we do keep reviewing it. But there are some. There's one product that I'm going to be doing some work with, which is it's like almost, it's called Clinisoothe or Cliniset, and it's like an antimicrobial spray that I use a couple of times a day, which is amazing. I use the cleanser that she's prescribed. Can you believe I'm not even using any specific eye cream, even though I'm very conscious of my eyes with my age. You know, I'm like trying to age gracefully, but she's very good at making it specific to my needs and then reviewing it constantly. So yeah, I think someone's heard of that saying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, one called Skin Better I'm using a range from, so it's got a lot, it's like a serum. She stripped it back because I used to use so many layers, and
Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
Simple is best, isn't it? Like, yeah, I think people get overexcited, use lots of different things, chop and change, and that can be also not the greatest for the skin. So yeah, consistent and simple.
Yeah, and just repairing your skin barrier. That's what was most important for me. And then I think now we'll be able to have a little bit of fun with the retinol and, you know, things like, which I would never, ever have been able to do. I would never have been able to do a peel. And I've been in to see her twice now for a peel. And that would have scared me before because I thought my skin was so sensitive. And yes, it is through Get Harley, and my skin doctor is through them, Dr. Amy. So hi, Dr. Amy, in case you see this.
Oh, that was lovely. I'm so happy for you. It makes such a difference to your confidence, your sense of well-being, and it's just a very well, good for you that you took charge and you did something, and yeah.
Yeah, that's the message. Sometimes, you know, like I was like in my mid-40s nearly, and I just thought, I'm not going to put up with this battle anymore. I'm not going to wake up every morning worrying about if there's another spot or another flare up or, you know, dry patches or sensitivity. And yeah, taking charge sometimes is the best way. So,
definitely.
Someone else
Yes,
is with
Dr. Amy Get Harley. Sandy, I'll put together a little thing and I'll put a link in for everybody. But like, I mean, also like foundation wise or makeup wise, are you big into makeup? Because you know I'm launching my range, Ateh Jewel Beauty, and I've got your shade. It's 20 shades for deeper skin tones. I've got South Asian, mixed heritage, sort of deep, rich black skin tones. I've got Middle Eastern, just sending all the love where I feel it needs in color matching and shades and undertones. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, obviously sunscreen is the important thing. I forgot to mention there, which is something I probably skimped on a bit in my 30s. And, you know, like being Asian and stuff, I tan very easily. But sunscreen now has been like religion, you know, like I just can't leave the house, even if it's a cloudy day. All those myths that we've been busting, people like you wear sunscreen. Foundation wise, I have been trying to do less is more. Obviously, when I come on to something special, I will just put a little bit of, I put literally makeup snack. So I literally call it 5 minutes with living.
I mean, you are a person, you're after my own heart. I haven't got, back in the day in my 20s, I could do a full beat and everything. And now that I've got twin daughters, now that I'm doing my business and everything, I haven't got time. You're going to love this formula. It's literally, it goes on like makeup, like skincare.
Yeah.
So alive. Look at that. I've got no makeup on my face. It's literally like moisturizer.
Oh my gosh. Wow, wow, wow.
And it has skincare benefits in it and hyaluronic acid and things for hyperpigmentation. It's this hybrid. It's the foundation of my dreams, which I'm 44 like you. I've never found really.
Yeah, you know what, Ateh, I will be honest with you. I've struggled with foundation, but look at that. That looks insane because I never know what to use. I've gone high street, you know, like the typical MAC because I think, oh my God, I need extra coverage if I'm having a bad skin day. I've gone to something called, you might have heard of it, Perricone MDs.
Yes, yes.
I thought less is more. It's like a sunscreen more than a foundation. That to me is ticking all the boxes, especially with what you've just said about it being almost like a skincare rather than a full-on heavy-duty foundation, right?
Yes, exactly. And it's about, hi, there's so many people saying hello, my there's so many fans in the house. Yeah, this to me is, especially like school-run makeup or like 5-minute makeup, you just whack it on, feels good. And then look, I've got what this is like one of my blushes, this color. I'm gonna look at that. Like boom, done.
Oh my gosh. Okay, 5-minute makeup snack. I think we need to film that together. Products. Copying you. Look at that. Cheeks, lips. What I like is you don't have to carry loads of stuff with you, right?
That's me done. That's me done today. Like, and then like live my life, you know, and then a bit of mascara. But like, they're so easy. But it's taken about 5 years to develop. I had so much resistance. Like people, like the nonsense I would hear would be people saying, you know, people with deeper skin tones can't afford a luxury price point. They're not interested in natural, clean product, like clean ingredient. So much nonsense. Do you feel you've had that in your career that you've had to push through?
Oh my God, I'm still pushing through. You know what? With success, there's always failure, right? There's always these times where we have these knockbacks. And I guess it made me stronger because I'm so motivated to just help people feel good, right? That is my mission in life. So I'm very, very proud of you. First of all, massive congratulations, because I can only imagine when you are pushing against these barriers, how hard it can be. But you have got there and you look amazing, Ateh. Like, that's like a 1-minute makeup snack.
It's basically the makeup of my dreams, silicone-free, delicious, high-impact pigment. And it's just taken so much. It's been a real journey, very challenging. So many, like, you know, from getting investment to this, to that, just pushing through. There's so many layers. People trying to put values on your company and you, and you're just like, like, you know, and people telling you your worth, and it's just pushing through so much bullshit and noise just to get it done. So I'm still in it. I'm still wading through it, but I'm very proud. And there's been so many beautiful people who've helped me on the way and the journey, but it's a lot. And I feel that anyone who wants to do something, you have a vision, you just fucking go for it and don't let anyone get in the way of what you want to do. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? I am here exactly clapping. I think everyone's clapping because there's always resistance, there's always challenges. If you have got something you believe in, like I said at the beginning, you've just got to go for it. Life is so short. We've learned that from the pandemic. And you know, like all the things you've been through on the journey are going to make you stronger and more motivated, right, to succeed. Because in your heart, you know that is the perfect foundation and you want to get it out there for women. I mean, I can't wait to get my hands on that. You know, I think things like, I definitely, I know it's a bit woo-woo, but everyone's talking about journaling, but I can talk from my own personal experience that this is something that I never really did. I've always written diaries when I was really young, and I
Yeah,
love,
me too.
you know, like pen to paper. I'm always doing like lists because bloody brain fog through the menopause and everything. But journaling, I did in the beginning of the pandemic when this whole, you know, career path changed for me and things just started coming out of nowhere in terms of people joining my workouts globally. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to start being grateful because that is the most important to me. It's like things, unexpected things are happening. And I think journaling has been a real game changer. But I also regularly now write these goal lists, which are pretty wacky, things that I never ever dreamt I would be doing.
I
And
love
it's crazy how many things you can manifest and how many things, you know, it might just be one out of the 20 things that I dreamt of last year, but just getting that one amazing thing to happen is incredible. I never imagined I'd be able to do it. So I would encourage people to do just like 3 things you're grateful for, if that's the only thing you do, because it could be repetitive, but it really helps, I think, when you're in those challenging times. And it could just be super, super simple. Oh, I
that's
love
beautiful, Glenn. Glamour Grand Anne, thank you so much. I love that. What we
it.
give, we receive in abundance. I really believe the universe, if you have an open hand, you receive. Do you know what I mean? If you give and you're open, then you do receive in all sorts of delicious ways you never thought possible. Journaling, I've just started, Sandy Shaw 7 said.
Oh,
I mean, do you have like, you know, like I like the head plan and all that. Do you have a specific book you like, or you just go pen to paper and do your thing?
I have something I bought off Amazon. I've sent some incredible products, but because I'm still going with that one book, and all it is literally like little colorful papers, and I just write. I like sometimes draw out the sort of vision board. Like I just write things that I want to, you know, things that I want to manifest, but I keep them quite specific now. I've learned as an ex-project manager, I used to do smart goal setting, like for my projects, you know, in the corporate world. And I've kind of applied that technique with some of my goals, like to make it specific and measurable and attainable and realistic and timely. So I don't know, if I want to, you know, be in a magazine or something and promote my exercise snacks, I will literally say that I want to be in this magazine by this date, writing about this, and it may never happen, but why not set yourself a goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I have my pink journal. I'll put it up and I'll send you one. But like, yeah, I have a pink journal that I created for my education foundation, because I have the Dr. Jewel, Ateh Jewel Education Foundation, basically supporting Black and mixed heritage students in higher education. I was just at UAL doing a speech to first years on the cosmetic science course. Amazing support and donators like P&G and Beta, Faith NK, Can2, and Little Light PR. There's so many people who've supported it. But I created this diary, and it's exactly that, to help you stay on course, because so many things blow you off course, don't they?
Yeah, things come in the way all the time. Like, again, what you see on social media is not the real picture. I did a story on my Feel Good walk last week, just saying, you know, like things might look hunky-dory even with everything that I post. And I do try and keep it as real as I can, but everyone has got stuff going on behind closed doors, right? I would love that journal because I'm coming to the end of mine, and I will also send you Mum's book, which you can maybe.
Yeah, we'll do a swapsies. That's not, definitely.
You know what? It's just picking up things like this. Yeah, sometimes life does get in the way. I think, you know, priorities. We've got to kind of. Sometimes if there's a lot of women joining, and if you have, my children are growing up so fast. You know, 2 of them are young men. 1 is 14, the youngest. It's almost like I have got that second spring, and I want to now do something, but not just for me. I want to try and make a difference. Like I want to help people, and that's why for me, you know, giving back has been the most incredible thing. I never ever felt I would feel so good just by hearing someone, you know, stop me this morning in the gym and they said, oh, my 90-year-old mother has been using your workouts. I was literally at a like,
do you feel like literally crying?
I was like, don't get me, I'm going on a live in a minute.
I'm trying to reach for my book. 1 second.
Yes,
you know, I've just moved house and everything's in piles somewhere, but I'll flash it. I'll put an asset up and I'll flash it, and I'll put links to it if everyone wants to buy it. All proceeds are going to help the Education Foundation, so I'll do a little link up. But it was somewhere.
Your foundation, that and things that you're doing to help a young.
I'm trying. I want things to be better. You know, we've got children. We want to help the next generation. I want things to be a little bit better than we had it growing up, because there were so many, my God, I don't know what it was like for you, but there was so much negative noise in society and like culture, even in like within our own communities, with colorism and nonsense, and you know, it's about trying to deprogram and making things better. Did you find that you had things to push against before you could be who you are now?
Oh gosh, yes. I mean, like my parents came to the country in the 60s, you know, like they came with basically nothing and built up their way, like, you know, so many families, like Asian, you know, immigrants that have come over, and they worked so hard. Like, I think that's what, you know, my generation, like my brother and I saw, is their focus, their commitment to just trying to get us educated so that we've got a solid foundation and we've got something that we can then, you know, move forward with. But I think that generation, living through that and so many experiences, you know, coming into a very sort of North London predominantly white area, growing up, I think we were just the second Asian family on the street there. And my parents still live in the same small house that I grew up in, you know, like they don't want to move, they love it, they've been there since the 60s. But yeah, I've seen challenges along the way. I think like you and I could both probably talk about the things that we face, but it definitely makes you stronger, right? And I think now, having 3 kids in a world that has changed so much for the good, I want them to still have those, you know, those values, and the experiences that we've had have, you know, helped shape us. But you know, exposing them to charity work and exposing them to my culture, my community, and all of that is really important, right? Because kids nowadays are growing up in a very, very different world.
I mean, mind-blowing. With like social media just adds another level of like having to protect their little self-esteem and identity and keep them safe. It's not easy, but I think that's why coming back to loving yourself, looking after yourself, and building that in now is so important. Well, I'm trying with my girls, you know. Like they're 11, they're at that tweeny age where they're going to be bombarded with like, oh my God, you know, disordered eating and this and this and that. So I'm trying to build them up to love themselves and think about being strong and healthy. That is, and like, yeah, that's the messaging I'm doing.
Yeah, I think, you know, like self-care comes in so many forms. We've both probably termed them, you know, like we've heard the self-care snacking term, and it's something that I use as well, whether that is literally some breath work, you know, breathing techniques to me save the day, like when I'm about to do something out of my comfort zone, which is happening very regularly. I'm very blessed I can embrace so many opportunities, but you know, I get nervous, and we all get those jitters, or I may be feeling really stressed and anxious for no reason because I'm going through perimenopause and my hormones might still be, you know, it's early days on HRT for me, so it's not been an overnight sort of switch, and it's going to take a while for me to figure it out. So, you know, I think breathing techniques, I think doing something that helps you relax, whether it's just some stretches, I call them stretch snacks as well, and that's... So like Sunday's stretch was through the pandemic, and I had so many people joining because I didn't want it to be a crazy workout program over the 7 days where you're just pounding those joints. You know, we're getting older, and I wanted it to be a little bit more holistic, a little bit sustainable for the long-term health benefits. And stretching to me is like the best, you know, form of self, because it could just be of minutes at the end of the day, or if you've been sitting at your desk and you're working from home or on the sofa too long.
What can you do if you're sitting your desk, is there any kind of thing you can do while seated, or you just give a shimmy shake? Can you do?
Go for it. Yeah, so join in obviously on my Friday workouts where I go through a lot, but Ateh, you will love this, and I'm sure I'm going to meet you very soon in person, so I'll give you a feel hug, as I call it. But everyone can do this, because already from me sitting, I think we're probably all a bit like this, right?
I just do that over my computer. It's like it's very bad. Yeah.
It's that or the phones, right? We're just all getting kyphosis in our spine. So what I always try and do is just a little reset where we can just bring our shoulders, everyone can do this, up to your ears, bring them back an inch, and then bring it back down. So it's almost drawing a little box shape. So literally, do you see the posture? You're already sitting taller.
When I yawn, my body is saying thank you, Ateh. Like
one of your lives, so I know, Ateh, don't worry. You know, my mother-in-law yawns through so many bits of the workout because she's like getting the oxygen, and she's like, just her body is accepting all this stuff. So feel good hug is amazing. It's like a seated cat-cow, I call it. And this is something I did over the pandemic because we were missing the power of a hug, right? That oxytocin that you get, and that feel-good sensation. So we're going to just open out our arms. If you guys can see me, we're literally opening. Breathe in, try and arch your back. So lift through your chin, stick your tailbone out. Breathe in and then give yourselves a big hug. Wrap your arms around you, chin to chest. Round out your spine so that you're opening all the vertebrae and you're kind of creating that C shape. Tuck the tailbone under.
Oh, that feels good. That feels good.
Let's do one more. So I'm going to send you all one. Maybe breathe in lots of positivity. Exhale, wrap those arms around you. Give yourselves a big feel-good hug. So that's a bit dynamic. And then just some very easy stretches. You know, when you've been sitting too long, and I think everyone's been watching us so beautifully today, we could just do some simple like neck rolls. Just ease out any tension, maybe 2 in each direction. Just get the blood flowing, you know.
I'm doing jazz hands. I feel it's rude not to do jazz hands while doing a head roll.
Yeah, put the music on. We could do a little stretch here. This is a common one where people find it very hard to even bring their elbow all the way back up. So only go to your range, what you're able to do. And I've got a straight spine. I'm trying to ease that elbow back. So eventually it will come. Can you feel that lovely stretch?
All the way down my back.
So keep breathing. Lovely deep breaths. That exhale can be lovely and long to help kick in the parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest and relax. And then let's try the other side, which you might feel is slightly different because we're more dominant on one side. We may just be compensating on one side. So yeah, you're doing well there. So did you see this side looks a little bit easier?
Yeah, there's always one which is a bit stiff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, you can always add in a little side bend.
I'll do opposite.
Yeah, so go the other way. Amazing. And relax. And even just some like shoulder rolls. So just, this actually opens out your heart chakra. I heard.
I look, my eyes are watering because I'm yawning and like everything's coming out. Like, this is so healing.
Do you know, it's like detoxifying sometimes because we all carry so much stress in our shoulders and neck these days that sometimes we need that release. So let those eyes release what they.
This is so simple, so powerful. And you can all do this. Carmela, hey Carmela, she's saying she sits at her desk all day. This just, what, would you recommend like this every hour or a couple of times a day or once a day? What would you say?
Whatever your body asks for. I mean, there's loads of stuff I do. Check out my YouTube channel. Check out, you know, the saved workouts of my mother-in-law are really great because they are for people that are sitting too long. And I say it's not just for seniors. It's pretty much everyone, right? We're all sitting for long periods. In those workouts, we start lifting weights. So we do our boxing, you know, like we could just do 30 seconds, Ateh. Just get rid of any stress. Pretend or punching out any worries here. You can
do a bit of a Beyonce. Woohoo!
literally, this is the best stress reliever. I don't know. You're imagining, and I don't want to know.
Janu 99 is saying, this woman is a genius. You are Lavina. This is so like, it feels really, it's just so attainable. I've not put on gym gear. I've not driven half an hour to a gym. I'm just living my best life at my desk with you.
At your desk, and you don't know if you saw, but I started marching there. So I was like literally getting my feet going on the chair while I'm boxing. You know, we do star jumps, we do all sorts. We then start lifting weights. So we are doing sits and you could even get up, which you might not be able to, but just do a quick 10 sit and stands. We could do some press ups. We could do some dips against the chair. We could even just lift our shoulders, holding if you've got plastic bottles or any safe tins or plastic objects, you know, go to the kitchen and grab your baked beans and just start moving and build.
I'm not going to stand up because I was late. If you're alive, I ran without putting my bra on, and the people don't need to be seeing my boobs flaying about. So, like, just for shame, I will just do this without a deep squat because my boobs will just be like that.
Knock them dead, literally, right?
So I love this. This is so, and you know what? You were awarded an MBE for this beautiful work you've done. I feel so proud of you. Congratulations. What was that moment like?
Oh, I know, I've got goosebumps already. Just you say, I forget. As in, it's surreal still. It's been such a whirlwind, and it's been an amazing, 2 years, but something very unexpected. I never
How
ever.
did you find out? Did they just call you up and say, hey, girl?
Hey. An email. Can you believe? I just thought it was a complete hoax, and it was, you know, it was from the palace office, and I was like, this is a joke. Honestly, it's a joke. So I phoned them up straight away. Oh, thank you. I phoned them up because I was like, this can't be happening, you know, and it also said confidential. You literally can't disclose it with anyone. And yeah, it was just bizarre. I didn't actually realize from the point that I went live in March, you know, I got it in October, so within 6 months, and it was crazy. I was with Joe Wicks and like Mr. Motivator and Marcus Rashford, you know, like it was a very surreal time. And yeah,
you know what, you were in good company because you really, like, literally in times of crisis, you stepped up and helped so many people. So thank you for that.
oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Big feel good hugs for you.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, this has been amazing. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. And Lavina, this is incredible. Please follow Lavina. Please follow me if you're not following. I've got so much more information on my Instagram and lots of I'll put tips and I'll put all the things we mentioned and some products and everything. And I'll put a link to the, Get Harley, Dr.
Yes.
Amy. And yeah, and for my notebook, if you want to help support that, could we please do this again? Because I'm feeling this is at the beginning of a series. Like, we can go and do this again.
We've got a lot to talk about. We will,
so part one. This is part one.
Part one. And if you want us to come back, leave a comment once this is saved so we know what you want us to talk about. We haven't even touched on menopause, really, even though it is menopause awareness.
I know, like, literally, part one. Yeah, leave comments, leave questions what you want us to talk about for part two, and then we will come back because there is so much to talk about. You have got such good energy. Thank you so much. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe, and I'm really, really proud of you, and it's so lovely to spend some time with you today. So thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad our paths crossed. Menopause, there's some menopause snacks and lots
of menopause mandate, menopause snacks. We'll do that for the next one. So leave your comments, and we'll see you soon. So have a great Wednesday.
Bye guys. You're amazing.
Thank you.